their data was very stale and unusable to any of the users using the application. Also, a lot of the UI wasn't very friendly for the users, and so that caused a lot of problems. So we really worked on cleaning up our UI, making sure our data was current, and using our user studies to really improve on our application. So our idea was to, again, combine all the successes of the previous work and bridge that connection between bars and restaurants trying to get their food and drink specials out there, known to the customers, and the customers trying to find those food and drink specials. And so what we came up with was a crowdsourced web application where users could input new deals that they found, and then these could be ranked or rated by other users, and then you get the best deals for that day or that weekday. And so we had a database where we're storing all this deal information, and that can easily be searched and sorted through, so that users can find the deals they're looking for and find different categories of drinks. And we also have the directions functionality, so users who are walking around using a mobile device can find how to get to where the deal is. And so this has been kind of a brief introduction as to what DealGoggles is, and now Brent will describe the implementation.
So for our implementation, we opted to build a web application versus a native application. The reasons we did that is web applications maximize accessibility. We decided to use the Bootstrap CSS framework to build our website and make it responsive. Thus, users on desktop or mobile devices can access our data and use our application with ease. We also opted to use a MVC framework called Laravel, which is built on top of PHP and MySQL backend. We opted to use Laravel because the MVC design pattern is becoming very relevant. And basically MVC, for those who are unfamiliar, model view controller, you have your model, which is your data pieces of data, your views, which are the front-end facing, show your data, and then the controllers modify and do computations on the data in order to display it. Like I said, we use the CSS framework because it's responsive and it allowed us to create a very attractive UI quickly. And we use other modern technologies such as the HTML5 canvas element and JavaScript and jQuery to interact with the Google Maps API. This is an example of our homepage, which you saw in the video. Basic features here are list view and our map view. The list view shows the top 5 deals for the current day, and when users log in, they're allowed to rate deals straight on the homepage. The deals list is sorted by number of likes. So as Colin mentioned, you can sort through all our deal information, but the top 5 deals for the day are presented immediately to users, so that if you choose to go out, you know, where can I find the best deal today, and that's relevant to me, it'll be displayed right there. Additionally, we have the interactive map that users can navigate to find locations and deals that are close to them, and each location has a pin. If you click the pin, it'll show you more information about that location, including all their deals, and that's additionally where you can receive directions to the physical location. Here's a short example of our login page. Like I mentioned in the video, we opted to use Facebook login in addition to the manual registration process because we find that Facebook is really convenient for users and it helps us drive user engagement. Since voting for deals is a big part of our crowdsourcing element of the application, we had to give users a good way to log in easily. Otherwise, why would they take the time? Facebook is easy, one click, you're logged in, and you can instantly start rating deals and searching and sorting through the application. Additionally, this and also the next slide is an example of how Bootstrap is responsive. These are some screenshots from for example, a tablet form factor and then a phone form factor. It looks really attractive. This is some examples of how our location data is laid out. Here we have a list, as you saw in the video, of locations, and they have their address and number of deals. If you click on a location, you can see all the deals for that specific location and all the data that we've collected on those. And then here, if you click on a specific deal, you'll be taken to the deal screen that shows all the information as well as the specific location where the deal is located, and from there you can get directions straight to the deal itself.
Alright, and so another feature that we have is to either display all the deals that are currently located in the database or to specifically search for a deal either by text or price, location, days of the week. And in order to get here, there's the deals navigation tab which will display all of the data. But if you wanted to search more based on criteria, you would just select the Find Deals text search bar on the upper right corner of the display. You could either type in like a phrase and like if you were looking for anything that had chicken in it, type in chicken, and then all of the database deals that had chicken in the name would display. Or you could just select go and it will bring you to the search deals page on the right side of the screen. And from there you have it shows the different criteria. You put in the name, like I said, chicken or well or something. And then if you wanted to search specifically by price, weekday, or location, you would check whichever box you wanted to search by. Range, whatever parameter you want to search, you might select it, and your deals will be displayed at the bottom of the screen. And so, like we said, it uses crowdsourcing, and we wanted to give more power in the hands of the user in order to keep our deals fresh. And so they can go, if they go to an establishment and they see that they're having a special that is not listed in our database, they can go to our Add Deal tab, put the name of the deal, whichever location, because we have every single location that is on the Northgate area. They can select the date of the weekday and from what time it's available from. And then either input the price, if it's buy one, get one, or a discount. And so because our application deals with food and drink specials, if any of our users choose to have a drink, using our application, user safety is very important to us, and we want to make, so if our users do make the choice to drink, we provide them with the tools to drink in a responsible manner, and that's why we have the BAC calculator as part of our app. And so the BAC calculator, it uses the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, United States Department of Transportation algorithm. So it's a very accurate algorithm that we use to give an approximate BAC calculation, but we have a disclaimer, it's not shown. It's at the bottom of the screen that says, please, this is not 100% accurate, do not go off of it, but it's an approximation. And like we showed in the video, it allows you to put in weight, hours since you had your last drink, your gender, and you can add different drinks by using that. But the algorithm uses the ounces in a drink and the alcohol percentage, and so to make it easier for the user to select what drinks they've had, we went in and we calculated ourselves like the standard, how the drink should be mixed, and from there on we calculated the different alcohol percentages. So all they have to do is select from a relatively large list of either cocktails, beer, shots, or different wells, and submit. So if they have too much, we use the JavaScript alert to pop up. It'll alert the person, like we showed in the video, to warn them they're above 0.08 and to drink more water, limit their drinking, and not to operate a motor vehicle.
Great. I'm going to go over our user studies. For the first one, we met at The Corner. This is one of the restaurants there on Northgate. We had everyone go through a quick pre-questionnaire, gathered some demographics, how often they visit the area. We, after the questionnaire, we did a quick demo of the app, kind of walked them through it, showed them the different features, and then we released them to go through our app and check out the area as well and see what deals they would come across. Afterwards, we had everyone come back for a post-questionnaire, which was pretty similar. It had a lot of qualitative questions and room for feedback and improvements that the users thought would be necessary. Before starting our second study, we went ahead and made a lot of the improvements that our users suggested, and then we had repeat and new participants. participants in our second user study, which I think was beneficial because the repeat users already had some experience, so they kind of dug further into the app and gave it a little bit more of a thorough test to make sure that it was all functioning properly. Luckily, they didn't come up with anything too serious that we couldn't fix before the end of the semester. The reason that we thought that our user studies were effective was that it improved our app through direct user testing, and it also proved that our core idea is a good one. All of our users were pretty pleased and excited to start using an app that they kind of had the ability to control to some extent. Bad deals drop off the page if there's enough votes against them, so that there's not any of that stale data. And it also, lost my place. Oh, they were excited to play with the app, and they liked adding the deals and being able to vote on that so that they had the best ones available. Additionally, we attended Student Research Week, the IAP Design Poster Competition, and Engineering Expo for feedback and critiques. The reason we like these poster conferences, or you choose to call them, were we got details from professionals in our industry. And lots of people were actually excited of the business opportunities that are available to us through this crowdsourcing framework. There's other suggestions, maybe shoe shopping or something that might have deals that we're not as regularly used to, but might be useful to other people. So there's lots of ways that we can expand our idea into other areas.
Just start talk about the future work. Like right now, we primarily focus on the Northgate area because the amount of data we are maintaining right now is too much. If we are expanding different cities, in the future work we are trying to expand in different cities. So the user can easily access the data and change the category that can be added. Like as a Jordan said, that the user can also add the more categories like a medicine or any kind of special product they want to be added for the business purposes. Because we are primarily focused on like the user can be how the user can easily get offers or easily get coupons from the specials from the merchants, so they can easily get a free access on all the things. So for that we are using for checking. Like in future we are trying to do the checking and the user can use the personalized information like for social networking like in Google or Twitter. And also they can be used in the app. We are trying to add more comments, like a user can do more comments on there at the bottom, so then everyone can see the deals and like they can know like what kind of deals they have and like how the deals can work. And also like we are using for the crowdsourcing, so the most important thing we are doing in the future, like we are getting all the data from the cloud. So we don't need to focus on the user. Everything the user can put in the cloud on the like a social networking like a Facebook or Twitter, we can get easily from there.
This is just a slide just showing what all our individual skills were and how we functioned well as a team. I'm Brent. I led the team, and I'm well versed in PHP and MVC programming. Ten Weirs here focused on navigation and mobility. He's dove into the Google Maps API and did a lot, like everything with our maps, and I did a fantastic job. Megan was very effective in communicating to all our users and also helping us with the design and styling of our website. Colin here was a graphic designer for our team and definitely led the team in our poster design, which I feel like we did a very effective job at designing. Additionally, I did a lot of HTML and JavaScript on the front end to help us for our searching, sorting, and voting for the deals. And then Jordan here is another MVC expert, as well as our Git expert, who helped us resolve our merge conflicts when we come across those. And so this is our team. Thank you for your time. Do you have any questions? Oh, I'm sorry.
Like the main focus we have is like how we can be help the consumers and how they can be get easy deals. So it's our idea is so novel. The user can easily get different deals from the online and get the user of it. So those are our primary focus on.
Questions?
When can I start using this?
The demo is online right now at aggiehack.com. Hopefully no one pulls it up here while we're presenting, but you're more than welcome to if you'd like to. Any other questions? Yes,
So
ma'am?
besides just integrating into Facebook in order to be able to use the app, what other pieces of information, if any, would actually pull in from Facebook or other?
From Facebook?
Basically, what's my do I have any privacy concerns or issues?
Sure. So when we pull the Facebook login information, we don't store any of the information besides the user email, which we use to identify users. That's our unique identifier. And then additionally, we also pull, I guess, a link to the profile picture because we were planning on implementing little user profiles. We never ended up doing that because it was easier just to implement straight user accounts and then implement the voting based on your email instead. So we don't store any user information, and we keep their Facebook profile information private.
Yeah.
But technically, it's public because it's Facebook.
The primary reason for our login was for authentication purposes on voting. We wanted to make sure we didn't have people like spamming upvotes, removing their deals from the top, or was trying to do something like that. So we wanted people to log in one fashion or another to limit their voting, and Facebook was just an easy way that everyone has access to.
Yes, sir.
Have you thought about limiting access to users 21 and over for drink specials?
Yeah, that was something that we had in consideration, and a very simple way to do that would be to pull the user's age from their Facebook profile. However, that can be, tampered with. I mean, you can fake your birthday, but we don't have that implemented currently. It would be easy to do, and I think that would be a very effective solution to basically, prevent underage drinking, those types of ethical concerns. Since we decided to implement just food and drink specials for now, we would consider that in our future work. And again, if we decided to implement other types of categories, at that point it would become slightly less relevant, but definitely relevant to what we currently have. Yes, ma'am?
One question. Do you have a mechanism in place to validate data, whether or not it, like a user inputs and what goes data? Do you have a validation, and what about expiration of deals? Do you just fall off?
Well, we do, in a way, we have every location that we have listed in our application, we have either the general manager or someone high up in the company having administrative or monitoring status.
Okay.
So when they log in, they have the privilege to delete different deals that have been added to their location.
Okay.
If they're false or if they're duplicates. But as a normal user, they can only add different deals and vote positively or negatively for them. They can't delete anything.
Okay.
That was an additional element of our crowdsourcing. That's why we implemented our voting feature, so that if, for example, a bogus deal were to appear, users can quickly download it and it'll disappear from the list.
Thank you.
All right, let's thank our group.